using cell-powered enzyme-based biosensor. That is it. Work from a different laboratory, not from us. What are the future perspectives? Very likely we will go to a mediated electron transfer. Direct electron transfer, we will use a mediator. It could be a ferrocene or any other type of molecule. So a mediation reaction, higher reduction potential than enzyme, ferrocene into ferrocene, or the reduced mediator, oxidize at an electrode, minimize the background current and reduce interferences. Now, in the last week, in a major transatlantic partnership with NIH and INSERM in France, we are now zeroing down on nanoplasmonics. There is a group in University of Troyes, Troyes. Troyes is south of Paris. A dynamic, firebrand, young professor, which is very rare in the early days in France. They're renegade. They're beginning to question the French establishment, which always had one professor at the top and several investigators. In the CNRS recommendations, we are trying to rip apart that. French science requires a major shake-up, rejuvenation. It's not only that in India we have the problem, we have the problem everywhere. So, we are trying to get the nanoplasmonics integrated with the graphene sensors. So, microfluidics, nanoplasmonics, doped graphene, protein engineering at the cutting edge, teraflop supercomputers for 200 nanoseconds or even millisecond dynamics. So it's an endless array of new methods that are coming in. Now our team consists of my significant other part. She's the one who's heading it. She doesn't come in India at all. A lot of people who are responding from here. Then myself, you can say I'm the Zoom mentor. Then Wang Bong Choi in Miami. Anup Singh has tremendous publication record in microfluidics, lab and chip, from Sandia National Laboratories. We have Dr. Alan T. Rimali, NIH, Bethesda, Maryland, USA. We have a biomedical engineer, Dr. T. A. Balasubramaniam, and we have Dr. Sundaramurthy. He is looking at some aspects of sensors. We also have those who have not been fortunate to become humans as a member of our team. So, in our home, they take full part of the control, the decision making. So they're joining the mainstream civilization and they're becoming intelligent. Some of them can detect alpha helix and beta sheets. And one such person you'll see in a minute. This is a not so good a picture of the Harvard Yard. We are not in the Harvard Yard. We are in the Harvard Medical School on the other side of the town. We also have a person who is in an irreversible state of thermodynamics at the moment. Who has been an important part of this. All these people are acknowledged, their names appear in the internet. We are setting up a new trend. Physical reviews was a bit annoyed. I said, go ahead and put the name there. They said, who is it? Doesn't matter. He's a creation of God. He's in irreversible state. We are trying to bring him back into reversible state right now. I'm going to stop at this point. There are tons and tons of slides on the actual results, which I don't think we have the time. Possibly in future this has to be more than one lecture so that we can discuss into details, and then I want some questions, criticisms, and whatever you want to offer, okay?
Thank you.
Plus 10 is into 50. We use the light activated protein as a switch, as a binary system. By engineering it to have one stable state, ground state, and one excited state. Light drives it from the ground state to the excited state. We use two different lasers, one for writing and reading. We are dead against silicon. We are anti-silicon. I'm editing a series of articles from Material Research Bulletin. That is looking beyond silicon. Never, always look beyond the box. So that is how that 50 terabyte came. But that also may become history. Everything in my case becomes history very soon. So I don't look at history. So I live today and tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. So we are developing a thin film. The thin film will have 1/2 the size of an iPad or a Samsung Galaxy tablet or an Android platform tablet, and of course Kapil Sibal's Akash, which I have not seen, and some controversies have come up on that as well. Controversies there everywhere, and so that's where we are heading to, and that is The one I said is sweeping the internet. I mean, setting up record. I can easily compete with Professor Manmohan Singh, the Google citations. If you put my name in a Blu-ray is the one we are targeting. My feeling is we have to look beyond protein-based memory. We have to look beyond the beyond.
More questions?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Sir, as you said, protein CNT-based biosensors work in a single platform. You are using different enzymes for detection of different biomolecules. But as I believe when I saw in your slides, most of them are peroxide-based imperometric detection methods. So as end product of all the processes is same, peroxide, how we will get to know which is actually corresponding to either it's for glucose or it's for HDL?
We are talking a signal detection, signal processing. We are still having some baffling questions there. We are working at glucose first, cholesterol separately. When we begin, that is where Dr. Sundaramurthy and all the electrical engineering and biomedical engineering people come in. That's going to be a challenge.
And what is the reusability of such?
Oh, it can be recycled. I think it will come essentially the same way as it is. You're asking me, will there be one strip or several strips, right?
Yes.
Possibly in the case of a multi-channel, it has got to be several strips. And what is the cost of the strip? That's another thing. In what time frame? We are brutal. My group leaders are impatient. They're impatient. Either there's going to be a coup by which I will be thrown out. If you don't produce a device out of it in the market, too much of starvation is dangerous. So yesterday was fared extremely well, and today, of course, Professor Malhotra is taking care of me. But what I mean is that we have got to come up with some intelligent way, whether the strip, is that going to be one strip or four strips? These are questions. And also we are looking at liver enzymes now. And there's another field I would like to mention. We're working in biocompatible quantum dots for liver cell imaging. I've taken a vengeance against the pancreatic cancer now. I think we are fooling around with cancer for too long. This has to stop. There must be some really innovative method by which this can be routed out forever. Thank you. Yes,
Yes, please. So,
Thank you for your nice talk. I have talked about, I am a bit familiar about your electron transfer, proton transfer and DFT, all these calculations. But I am interested to know how to measure accurately the electron transfer between the donor acceptor, whatever you have taken. But I know about, I use the fluorescence testing, I do the ultra fast spectroscopy, that is up to the level of femtosecond. And generally I can measure up to the second of picosecond, is not difficult for me. So what technique you use in your this to detect the electron transfer is very, very important for me.
See,
and for the mutation also to the proton transfer also.
we have worked. He was in the Department of Physics in Columbia in the People's Laboratory. Honestly, I don't know. I not looked at the experimental setup. How to quantitate electron transfer? I tell you, electron transfer comes everywhere. We are trying to create a bio battery right now. We are head on with the Sony to create a bio battery, get rid of all the AAAs and AA's, lithium batteries. I use the electron transfer proteins for this. So, your question, how do we quantitate the electron transfer?
Right.
How do we measure the electron mobility? For example, electron mobility between pristine graphene and dope graphene, we are working on it. See, there's a fine line between the basic science and applied science. We are caught up in that. Even the Rothschild Foundation, I think money may not be enough for us. We may need much bigger. I also bid against large groups. Large groups like elephants are never protected. Smaller ones are more protected. So, I don't know whether I can answer your question affirmatively or categorically, but I think we are working towards it with a number of groups in Vanderbilt and many places.
any more questions?
Sir, you talked about two types of electrodes. First was CNT and the other was direct transfer. What was that direct transfer electrode?
So, there are two ways in which electron can be transferred. Directly from A to B or whatever. Carbon nanotube to glucose oxidase to carbon nanotube. You can also mediate it by means of a ferrocene or something like that, which will act as a shuttle, as a go-between the two. That's what I was referring to. Now, which is more efficient? Direct electron transfer or mediated transfer? What do you think?
I mean, at the moment, cost-wise, maybe mediated. Mediated ones are better.
I think mediated ones are better. We are going towards it now.